Hey, what up guys, it's Brian with Midwest Fly Fishing. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I've been out. It's been a busy summer and I got a lot to come, but this is going to be the best, and hopefully you guys enjoy. It was a big trip I took this summer.
That's part of it. Yeah.
So the drive was no joke, 36 hours and 3 days, but it all was worth it. And the float plane, now that was a 2-hour float plane, but that was super fun. I'll show you that.
On Sunday afternoon.
She a talk. She a talk to me. She a talk to me.
So we finally get to the lodge, Aylmer Lake Lodge in Northwest Territories. Flew out of Yellowknife, and it was a great experience staying with Kevin and Patty from Aylmer Lake Lodge, and I'll get right into the fishing. This was day one. It was just crazy from the start. Throughout the day, we catch lots of like 4 to 8 pound Lakers, which I cut out at least 40 or 50 of them in this video. There's just too many to show, and which is crazy showing you the caliber of fish when a 4 or 5 pounder is like nothing, and you're only really looking for those 10, 15 plus pound fish in this.
Maybe he's not as big as I thought. Maybe he just fought hard. Yeah, just made a run. It's right in the eye. Sorry. Is it that? It's not as big, is it, Kevin? Or? Yeah, you wanted it? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna burn him up here. Oh, you see the other one next to him?
You see the one that's...
Whoa! That's like twice as
big as it's going after it.
Or he's just curious.
He's curious. Yeah. I'll probably need another big one. I'll probably need another one.
Really?
Netted 2 fish together.
I'll get him turned, Dad. I'll get him turned. Just wait. Just wait. Alright. Look at him. Oh, thank you. Good job netting him. I get the hook out.
Now after I caught that nice one, it didn't take long before Papa Dave hooked up with a nice one, and he got 2 nice ones on the fly trolling. It was so windy he couldn't really cast, but he started really getting into him on the fly rod from trolling, and he had this big dragon tail fly, and it worked really, really well. He put 2 nice fish in the net.
Let some line or go forward. Let some line or go forward, Dad. Dad.
Get him. Bye, man. You gotta dive. Let's get his head up a bit.
Yeah, baby.
no, these fights, they were just crazy. I mean, they would just fight and just like bowling balls. They would just sit down on the bottom. But like a lot of people say like trout like aren't like a fun fighter. I think they're really fun. They take lawn poles and they just like brute force. I don't know. It's just a fun fish to fight. And the cold water at 43 degrees, right out of ice melt, just made them even more feisty. You could tell they were just angry, mean fish that had never seen a person or a lure before.
Okay.
He's stubborn. I fed him. You haven't fed him. You had the bite, and you're like, oh, I lost him. Then you had another bite, oh, I lost him. And then you peeled a bunch of line out, and you peeled the line out, the lure action changed, and you slammed it.
He's under the boat right now.
Flash of it. I didn't see the fish.
He's gotta be bigger than the other one if he's fighting this long, right?
He's gotta be bigger than the other one.
Go back.
Oh, he might be 20 actually. Yep, I have a scale. Okay.
Now I got that bigger one earlier in the day, but it didn't take long before I was about halfway through the day. I was hooked into a real giant. I wish I had more of the fish to show. I mean, as soon as I hooked it, it peeled off the line. But we'll get into this.
Disoriented
This
there.
fish was truly a fish of a lifetime.
At first, I was a snake. The way he took off. Yeah. Speaking of steelhead, he took off like one. Just.
Biggest fish we ever seen. We're getting all excited.
It was 43 pounds. It was just massive. We released it, swam off right away. I could barely even hold the fin. It was crazy. Just a massive lake trout. Just a dinosaur. I mean, the thing had to be 40 years old also, and it's just crazy. Awesome experience and something I'll never forget.
Yep, go for the release. We'll let him go. There he goes.
And right after that, we see a wolverine crossing the water here, which was even more crazy. Wolverines are very rare to see anywhere in the world. And the fact that we saw it just swim right by our boat and get out of the water and look at us, like he had never seen a human, and I looked at it like I'd never seen him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, look at him. He's like.
Now day 2 I didn't do a whole lot of filming. Day 1 and day 4 the most filming. My GoPro was being weird and there was some really tough weather and it was hard to film. But I did get into a really nice fish on day 2 here. We'll show you this. I also caught some on the fly trolling, but nothing huge. I mean, still 8 to 10 pounders, but it was still a crazy day. And this fish was another fish of the lifetime, and I'll show you that.
Wow, look at him. Oh, I love it. It's like, no, not today, not yet.
That big broomtail there.
Look at him. Have Walter come eat them.
Jeez. He's facing the other way. I Drake's that pretty tight too.
Yeah. You don't want it too tight.
Yep. I like this rod, the soft rods that kind of gives with the shakes. Oh! He's still there, he's still there. Get him! Yeah! Third time's a charm,
Now day 3 I did the least amount of filming, and it was probably the worst fishing day, not in any complaints, just on the way it went. We went to explore some new water, and straight away from the spots we were on day 1, day 2, and day 4, and then we were fishing the narrows then, which I'll show you on the map. But we went and fished over by the other part of the main lake, and we trolled and caught a few fish. We got out, walked to a grayling river. The sun was not out, which I think slowed the grayling bite down. But we did see some muskox, which were really cool. I can't really zoom much on this on my phone. I had my phone at the time when I was filming that, but they were only about 100 yards away, which is really cool. Now, start day 4. I mean, these are 2 fish we caught. I didn't even get video of catching them, but we caught trolling right away. It was still pretty windy this day, but it was a lot sunnier and nicer. And eventually, the wind started to calm down and it clouded up again, but made it perfect for us to get on shore and cast, which we'll show some awesome clips of this. This was probably my favorite part of the trip, even though we didn't catch the biggest fish in this moment. The way we caught them casting was just crazy.
Wow. He's like just in the rocks here. I just beached them. We're fine. That was awesome casting for him on a fly. That's pretty cool. You can't do that anywhere else. You ready, Kevin?
Yep. How's that?
Wait, what does he go at? What do you think he weighs?
Hey, 16, 17, something like that. That's a nice fish there, but
You must be late. She attack. Late. She attack. Late. She attack to me. Attack to she. You must be late. She attack. Late. She attack. Late. She attack. Attack to she. You must be She a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that we must meet personally.
That's a good one, eh?
He's right next to me. Like he came like a shark.
Take your time.
That's a good one there. Well, that's a good run. Well, there's another good run. I love it. Love it.
Well, in this lake, they're shallow like bass are because they're the same, you know, so they're the biosphere that they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Deep, shallow. You haven't talked to me.
She a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that we must meet
personally. She a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that we must meet personally. She a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that
we must meet. She a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that we must.
This fish was unbelievable. It was a 20-something pound laker, but it ate right at me, like right at my feet. I mean, it came in and ate like a muskie in the figure eight, but it just ate right there and just tore off. It was just crazy. And if you think that's crazy, just wait and see what happened with Papa Dave on the 5-weight.
Nice size.
Yeah. It's about the same size. Maybe a little bit smaller. Is that 8 weight?
Yeah, it's an 8-weight, eh? Nice father-son team. Look at that.
Not easier to do that in our steelhead than our steelhead net. I got a picture of me taking it out of its mouth.
There he goes. What do you think?
That's awesome.
Come this way, boys.
Yeah, it's 10, 12 pounds probably. You should see, it's like a number 10 woolly bugger. That's about 10 pounders.
A 5-weight on a 5-weight.
Look at the size of the fly. That's a size 10. Wow.
Size 10 fly on a 5-weight rod for Arctic
woolly
lake.
bugger.
Yeah, one woolly bugger.
Alright, someone want to pull.
Can take a video.
Okay, go ahead.
Tell me when.
Yeah, go ahead.
Spicy. That was what, 10, 12 pound fish?
A 10, 12 pound fish. How's that?
I didn't
On
think
a
I was
5-weight rod.
Look how fly, look that fly is.
Look at that. That's only a. I think that's like a size 10 hook.
Perfect.
That was a pretty cool way to end the trip. It ended up breaking the tip of his 5-weight, but that's a good way to break a rod. He was trying for grayling and he didn't mean to be hooking into a laker, but he happened to hook into a nice 15-pound laker while trying for grayling. Overall, it was a great experience. I think to our guide and owner of the lodge, Kevin McNeil. He was a great guy, and he put us on the fish, and he was very knowledgeable what he was doing. And thanks to his wife for cooking and making it a great place to stay there. I had a really fun time, and it lived up to expectations of a trip of a lifetime, and I'd recommend it to anybody if they're really into lake trout fishing. Best lake trout fishing you can get, especially for casting to them. If you really like to cast and not troll, which is kind of a common theme in lake trout fishing, is trolling. If you really want to cast to them, I would go there. I mean, it's just crazy. You're sight fishing them. The water's super clear, and there's just tons of 20-plus pound fish everywhere. And we'd even get into the big end of the fish. That 40-pounder, they'll get 50, 60s, almost 70-pounders every year there. So it's just crazy. And thank you guys for watching.